It's Warhammer Day, bitches, and today this is a great video to kickstart the things back off. I've had a couple of months off due to personal stuff, but we're back in full flow. I'm going to do a video on it all because it's quite interesting how it all come about. But this is my winning GT Shadowmark Talon Space Marines list. As you can see there, I only dropped 24 points all weekend now, which is crazy. It's no secret that Shadowmark Talon are the big boogeyman at the minute, but I took them to Coventry, didn't do that well. I mean, I went 4-1, but I wanted to try and go unbeaten with them, and thankfully this list proved to be decent at this GT. So let's have a quick nose at the list and we'll break it down. So as you can see, my list: Warlord Aethon Sean, because he gives you free uppy downy, and that stratagem on 6 Centurions and 6-man Inceptor squads is enough to kill anything. I've got a captain with the enhancement to set up that unit a turn earlier. Keyword is set up a turn earlier, not in your movement phase or your whatever. I can rapid ingress this boy first turn and it hurts. And we'll talk to you why I have picked 10 Inferno pistols with the Vanguard vets to do it. And then we've got Cave and Shrike, because he's an absolute monster in combat, same as Sean. Lieutenant with the Vectora, because this shuts armies down. I played Tau, it stopped him getting rerolls everywhere. I played Star Shattered Necrons, stops him reactive moving, rerolling because everything's got an imbone. It stops him re-rolling key saves because it's going to cost him 2 CP. All of his strats, all that. It's just all very... it's just a great thing to have on your list. I was really wanting to go into Orcs, because Orcs have a fart on death strat. You make that 3 CP, they don't really want me spending it if they've got 3 CP. Because most of the times when they've got grots and stuff in, they've got 2 CP, but 3 CP is a big difference. Then I've got 2 units of 6 Plasma and Bolter Inceptors. They hurt like mad with the strat to give them +1 to hit and +1 AP. A unit of 5 JPIs, because in this detachment they go up to OC2, which is surprisingly good. 1 unit of 3 Plasma Inceptors. Basically, these were just scoring units. A unit of 5 Intercessors for holding my home and sticky. And sometimes you need 20 shots to kill something, and they do it. Scout Squad with a Missile and Sniper. 2 units of 10 Inferno Pistol Vanguard Veterans. At Coventry, I ran them with Storm Shields, but to be honest, nothing really ever put them on their invuln anyway, because they're getting cover and armor contempt. This weekend, everything was taking them to a 5 and 6 up save, and it was hurting me. But when you rapid ingress that captain first turn, you run over with Oath a moment, and you've got 10 Malta shots. D3 Malta 2, it's just phenomenal. So I'm going to try a new format of these battle reports. So I've set up a bit of a slide here, and as you can see, it's the battle. It's the first game. Obviously I'm not the first person to do this. Loads of people do this, but it's my version. I spent a bit of time to do it, and yeah. So I play a lovely lad called Joe. He's always in our local tournament scene. Great lad. He isn't the most experienced player, but he always gives it 100%, and he's making those steady changes to become a good player. Like we all are. We all learn. We're all still learning at this game. There's always somebody better than us. But it seems that I draw Joe every single tournament first round. So he turns up at the table every round. I was like, if I knew it was you, I'd have fucking not bothered turning up. It's the first thing he said to me Saturday morning. But anyway, back to the game. So as you can see here, the deployment is very cagey from him and very cagey from me. Because actually, if he gets stuck into me, it could really hurt. So in his list, he's got a couple of units of Vanguard Vets, 2 units of 6 in a circle, 1 with a Judiciar with fights first, and 1 with a Librarian to give him a 4-up invuln. He's got a unit of 10 Stern Guard with Azrael in the midboard, a Ballistas for keeping me honest so I can't deploy on the line, and then he's got 2 units of 5 Deathwing Knights in reserve. They were the big things I was worried about because obviously everybody knows how tough they are to shift, and especially in this detachment. Now, my good friend Andy messaged me this morning knowing I was going to do the video and wanted to know about the ins and outs of, was it tactically better going first or second? What would I prefer, and what was the outcome? So in this matchup, I didn't know really what to expect. I hadn't played the Wrath of the Rock detachment yet. But what it means is all of his infantry is -1 to wound. Now, it sucks, right? Because Deathwing Knights, 4 wounds each, 2 up, 4 up, -1 damage, -1 to wound. I thought I'm going to have a right bad time against him. But he stuck them both in reserve. Now, he did catch me a bit off guard because he didn't tell me that he could deep strike on first turn, so I hadn't really set up for it. Nevertheless, I accidentally set up for it anyway to screen him out, but it's not as good as I thought. Obviously, I told him about the rapid ingress first turn captain so he could screen it out because it's a big got you if I just say, right, first turn, rapid ingress. So I always make that dead apparent to all my opponents before the game because it's a massive deal. I've got in reserve, captain, 10 Vanguard Vets and 6 Plasma Inceptors. I have got access to Uppy Downey in this detachment, so I'm not really too bothered about putting too much in reserve, but those rapid ingress jump pack captain just absolutely wrecks. So I think I go first and I draw area denial and establish locusts. Now, as you can see, I've got scouts in the midboard here. All they do is put 1 dude the other side of the wall within 3. And that automatically scores me area denial. And what I actually do, is I put a scout the other side of the wall, forget me, terraform. And then I push Shrike's unit up to touch the wall. Because I know he hadn't got anything his side of the board to do establish for 2. And then area denial, he's got nothing in the midboard to contest the area, so I'm going to get max points. So I terraform with the scouts, and I also terraform with the combi lieutenant on the right-hand side here. And basically, I don't have to do too much, because knowing that if he starts pushing that ballistas out or units out, I'm going to have something very quickly to answer it. So I score max points first turn and pass it over to Joe. Joe draws establish. Oh no, he doesn't. He draws some terrible cards. None he can do. I think he gets marked for death and cleanse, or something like low scoring. So all he does this turn is start staging. What I do unfortunately do here is misplay these Inceptors down the bottom. He can draw like a knife's edge to him, and he brings the ballistas out here to shoot them. Now, although I'm devastated about losing some Inceptors potentially, I've got a fat unit of 6 Centurions here, which can next turn poke out diagonally like this to kill it. So even though I was going to lose potentially some of the Inceptors, it was a trade I was willing to take by accident. He also notices this and puts out 10 Stern Guard with Azrael. No, they're the inner circle. He puts out 10 Stern Guard with Azrael here, and he just be able to get all 24 within range to pop shots into him. So I'm like, oh no, He also oaths him because he's obviously spotted this. He stages the fight's first Blade Guard unit here. He runs these Vanguard Vets up to here. These 5 Stern Guard are just tucked in here for doing odd bits and bobs, and these Stern Guard come to here. These Vanguard Vets come to here. He then drops in 5 Deathwing Knights first turn with a Chaplain here. Now, I have 1-inch walled with the Shrike's unit in the middle, so it's more like that. He hasn't got a charge into... he has got a charge into Sean. It's a 9-inch charge to touch the wall. Now, if this goes off, I am absolutely fucked. Because he's going to have 6 Deathwing Knights in my... Well, 5 Deathwing Knights and the Chaplain on my home objective first turn. I immediately shit a brick and be like, oh no, if he makes this charge, I am done for. He shoots the ballistas into the Inceptors and kills 2 of them. And then all the Stern Guard do 2 wounds to the Inceptors because the extra toughness comes into it massively. He whiffs massively on the rerolling to wound on the Stern Guard, so he doesn't do nearly enough damage. He then fails the 9-inch charge with the Deathwing Knights, rerolls it, and still fails, which obviously is bad for him, but I am obviously mega happy. And that is my first turn done. His first turn done. Oh, sorry, I rapid ingress first, actually. Where do I rapid ingress? Or do I wait? I think I actually wait to rapid ingress here, knowing that the other 5 Deathwing Knights are still in reserve. At the end of his turn, I don't pick anything up, because there's no point, because everything I can see is going to die, hopefully, and yeah. So going into my turn 2, I get Area Denial and I get Cleanse and Recover Assets. Now, this is actually really good for me. I'm going to cleanse everywhere and I'm going to recover assets because I've got all of the units. So I Oath of Moment the Deathwing Knights and start moving out. Shrike and the boys all come next to the Deathwing Knights. The Scouts stay exactly where they are because they're going to do cleanse for me. The Combi Lieutenant is going to cleanse for me. The Assault Bolters move up. Oh, the Assault Bolters move up. Hang on, what's going on? Move up to the subjective to draw a line the side to the Vanguard Vets to step them getting into my Combi Lieutenant. The Centurions come the other side of the wall. Oh, sorry, I don't Oath a Moment the Deathwing Knights. I Oath a Moment Azrael squad, and I'll show you why in a minute. The Aethan Sean goes up next to the Vanguard Vets to try and take them on, because they're only AP1, and I was like, if it do somehow survive, I will Armour Contempt them. The 3 Plasma Inceptors line up sights to the Deathwing Knights, and the ATV comes in the middle to recover. So what I end up doing is recovering with the Intercessors on my home and recovering with the ATV in No Man's Land. The Bolters pick up the Vanguard Vets immediately. The Inferno Pistols and a Grenade Strat pick up 4 of the Deathwing Knights. I'll get to charges in a minute. The Scouts cleanse, Combi Lieutenant cleanses. I spend a CP for give the... So this is the absolutely amazing thing, right, about Centurions in this detachment. I make them hit on 2s, and then they reroll all stuff on objectives or reroll 1s. So you make them hit on 2s, they basically give them flat rerolls to hit. I shoot all of the 6 las cannons into the ballistas, pick it up immediately. I shoot 6 D3 plus 2 blast missiles into Azrael's squad and delete them immediately as well, because I got like 12 shots through plus 12, 24 hits. 2s rerolling because of Oath. 2s, I got 20 wounds through or something stupid. All at AP3 puts him on his invuln, and he failed them. He basically failed them all. He deleted the unit immediately. Sean makes his charge into the Vanguard Vets and kills them. The Shrike unit then charge into the singular Deathwing Knight and the Chaplain and kill them as well. I consolidate onto the objective to stop his primary. He has terraformed as well, I forgot to mention, with the Combi Lieutenant. So he is going to get primary for that, but I'm in a really, really good spot now. I pass it back over to Joe. He gets, now this is a crucial bit, he gets Area Denial and Established Locusts. So his plan now is to bring the So because I've got scouts on them in the middle objective, he has now not got enough to come and take this back off of me. Because if he does, he's sacrificing 6 inner circle companions and a Judiciar for kill 5 scouts, which is terrible. But he has to do it to score the points. So he moves them out, soon obviously longing to kill the thingies. The Inceptors are more like here. He brings 6 inner circle companions and advances and charges them, hoping to make it into the Inceptors. I've still got 6 Centurions here and the ATV. He deep strikes the Deathwing Knight in here, 9 inches away from everybody. The Stern Guard come up too, just to pop shots into Sean, and then I rapid ingress the captain and 10 Vanguard vets behind this wall to hopefully redo what Shrike's done to the Deathwing Knights with Inferno Pistols. I'll delete that because they're with the captain. He then starts to do stuff. He charges the scouts. Of course, he deletes the scouts because why wouldn't they? The Stern Guard and stuff pick up Sean now, which, to be fair, he didn't make a lot of odds to me, so they're there. This inner circle fail their charge into the Inceptors. So now, and also the Deathwing Knights also fail a rerollable 9-inch into him, which obviously sucks. So they're like overlapping, but yeah. He then passes the turn over to me, and as you can imagine, I've got my whole army still, and he's going to be struggling. So I open him at the Deathwing Knights because they're horrendous to deal with. And then proceed to move Shrike and the boys, even though they fight first. The Judiciar doesn't give the Inner Circle companions any invulns. So I roll up next to him, I grenade him first, then shoot 10 Inferno Pistols into him, kill all but one. Let's do it properly. So, movement phase, I move the captain up next to the Deathwing Knights. All these bolters are still here. I drop the 6 plasma and bolters. Now, thing is with UKC, the objective markers, if they are towing into one side of the objective, if you've got a 6-inch deep strike, you can also tow into the other side of the objective. So I actually managed to get 2 onto his home and stop him holding it. But ultimately, all I do is bring them out. The 3 plasma come up to here to shoot Stern Guard because they were more like that. They pick them up. All of the shooting from 6 Centurions and 12 plasma. So 15 bolter shots. All of the Centurions, all of the Inferno Pistols, deletes all of them. We leave the Inner Circle companions alive because I actually think I get behind enemy lines here and I want another unit in his home. All of the Inferno Pistols pick up all but one of the Inner Circle companions. But the ATV actually come the other side of the wall and finish them off. The Plasma Bolters picked up all of the Inceptors. All I did is charge the captain squad into the Inner Circle companions. It's 40 attacks with loads of other bits and bobs. They die. And yeah, all he's got left now is Combat Lieutenant, which ultimately is not enough. So it's a pretty convincing win because he scores primary on it. And then I actually then next turn, surround him with 10 Inferno Pistols so he can't reactive move and shoot him into oblivion. And that ends the game 100-27. He scored bits and bobs. I've gone over it briefly. He did score bits and bobs on primary and whatever. But yeah, and that is including painting. So yeah, that's the first game. Right guys, so now we go into game 2. Game 2 is against Space Wolves, against a good teammate of mine, Jamie Dawley, who plays at Bolstone Wargaming and League all the time. We do all the same tournaments. This is the first time we've played somehow. Now, I've just filmed this whole battle report once and I didn't like it, so I'm doing it again. Because I forget a couple of key things in this. which I absolutely hated. So, I'm just trying to fix that now. So, what we do is, I really, really want to go first into this matchup because I can now dictate, first of all, my engagements and where I'm up here, down here. And if he goes first and he sorts of just rushes and stages in the midboard, and then turn 2 calls the advance and charge doctrine, I think I'm fucked. So, what happens is I do go first, and that's mega important to me. It means I can take the midboard, I can sort of dictate where I want stuff to go. Now, in this matchup, it's kind of rough because everything's near enough gone invuln, and it can be so swingy. Luckily for me, I have got high power, lots of shots, lots of damage output. So I go first, I get recover, so Ethan comes up to this bit here. The Sharn's unit just chilling to here, Centurion's chilling to here, JPR's 1-inch wall, this ruin here. I've got the 6 bolters here, the scouts toe onto the middle for do like establish or something. Combi Lieutenant takes the objective, forces him to come and take it off me. Great little thing about the Combi Lieutenant, that is. And I just pass it over to him. I can't really draw a line of sight to kill anything this turn, and I'm certainly not trying. I pass it over to him. He obviously sees that I've got 2 of the 3 midboard objectives, and he starts pushing out. He doesn't call a doctrine, but what he does is 5 Inceptors come out to here. Oh, I think the scouts actually stay in the middle, actually, and I don't have all the objectives. But either way, he tries to push me off. So the 5 JPIs come into the middle, the 10 just behind. The Dreadnought throws a massive advance and comes round to here. I think he's like there. The cavalry come round to here to take the objective. The head takers push into this wall. He does touch the wall with them, so I could charge them. I don't, but it's an option. The Wolfen come and reinforce. What do the Wolfen do? Or do the Wolfen chill? The Wolfen chill this turn, that's it. And the cavalry come round to here, covering that Combi Lieutenant. Well, note, from where Ethan Sharn is to the Thunderwolf cavalry, there's a fat line through that room which they can be shot, which I immediately notice. But I immediately also fuck up on. And it sort of costs me, but doesn't, because I've got another unit to basically do what I was going to do anyway. So it's not that big of a deal. And in my turn, that comes down to like they're safe from being shot from the angle through the midboard. He says, right, that's the end of my turn. It's over to you. Now, I absolutely royally bollocks up here because while he was moving, I really didn't want to forget rapid ingress. So I was holding the captain model in my hand to say, do not forget to rapid ingress. And what do? He says it's the end of my turn. I score his points. And then because I'm tracking it on Tabletop Batters, I immediately draw my cards. Soon as I draw my cards, I'm like, fuck, I forgot to rapid ingress. And at that point, it's far too late. I moaned about not thinking, but I would never expect him to be like, oh no, drop him in, because I would never allow that to happen. It's too far gone. What happens is I want to rapid ingress my Vanguard Vets here, because next turn in my head, I'm thinking, right, I pick up this 6 Plasma Bolters at the end of his turn too. In my head, I'm thinking, Vanguard Vets here, Inferno Piston Bjorn, he dies, and kill the cavalry. I forget, and it's rough. So what actually happens is, he passes it over to me, and I start answering. I draw Assassinate, and I can't remember what I get, but let's go through the turn. So the line he's given me for the cavalry, I see, and put the bolter inceptors to shoot them through the gap outside of 9, so we can't reactive move. The JPIs stay there for a minute. Ethan's unit comes into them, comes to like there, because I'm still being careful of how far to move him because of his advance and charge. Then I think the ATV still just chills there for a minute and lets him hold his flank up. I move the Combi Lieutenant away because I am terrified, and I drop 3 plasma in this corner because there's a bit of a line into these because they're AP 3/3 damage, every failed save he makes on a head taker, they just vanish because the 3 wounds. I was like, great. Set up this turn. I do move Ethan Sean here to try a charge into the Combi Lieutenant, forgetting about his reactive move. And what's he do? Reactive moves the cavalry out of line of sight of the bolters, which are 240 points now of wasted unit. But then, because he's obviously reactive moving this way, the Centurions pop out and absolutely rain down on him. So this turn he loses the cavalry. The Inceptors shoot and don't do a singular wound to any of the head takers. I'm mega stressed about it, and even lose one to the hazardous rule, which sucks. Ethan Sean does charge the Combi Lieutenant and then jump back behind the wall because you have to go to the centre of the objective. And actually these scouts are towing, and they're there for maybe like establish or something. And the 6 Plasma Inceptors come back down somewhere weird. Oh no, that was it. So I picked up the 3-man and dropped him back there. So the 6-man's still in reserve. So now he calls he doesn't call the Doctrine still, turn 2. And basically all he does is set up to try and counter me. So he moves the Wolfen up to touch the wall. And I say, right, I'm going to reactive move. Rolls a 2, so he's on the edge of the objective. It's still doable charge, but what it does do is draw the Wolfen this side of the wall so they can be shot. Instead of letting him charge him at the wall, and then them still being behind the wall and they move so fast, I've actually drawn his unit this side of the wall. So that's a little key for you guys. The Wolfen chill here. Bjorn still chills here. The 6 head takers come down to here. What's his name? Ragnar's blocking all of this with 10 blood claws to stop me deep striking. And Logan comes to here. The Intercessors are screaming his home. And basically, the Predator picks up the remaining 2 Inceptors. The Wolfen charge into Aethon and kill Aethon, which is a bit of a shame because I'm not getting a free strat now, but it's not the end of the world. And the 5 JPIs, I'll just do that. The 5 JPIs come into the middle for try and kill 5 scouts. They fail and leave 2 scouts alive, which is mega annoying. And then the 2 scouts turn up and murder one of the JPIs in return, which I thought was quite funny. I do now, though, rapid ingress to Vanguard Vets at the end of his movement because I am not making that mistake twice. And this play does wonders, but also I lose them for not a lot of gain. So getting into my... good. So I'm going to put these in now. He rapid ingresses the Terminators here. 9 away from the Scouts. I'm going to put them in because I'll forget. My turn, I'm like, I really need to do some damage here. So I open moment Bjorn, which is like here. I put all of the... in the end of his turn, I pick up Centurions. Now, this is key. So I move the Vanguard Vets here to Inferno Pistol Bjorn. And the Inceptors come round here. It's not worth him reacting moving behind the wall because he needs like a 5 or a 6. The JPIs also come down here to reinforce it if I need to. Sean's unit comes to here, wanting to throw a charge into the Wolfen after I've shot if I don't do enough. The 6 Plasma now drop in here onto this ruin to try and help me clear out some of these units. The ATV also, I know there's a lot going on, but the ATV pokes around to shoot the cavalry, and the Combi Lieutenant's there as well to stop his strats. Now, notice here how I've got nothing in my deployment, really. That's why it was such a relief when he rapid ingressed the Terminators here. I drop the Centurions here. Now, this is key. 6 on the board edge, 9 away from the Wolfen. Because now I can shoot his cavalry on the right-hand side of the board with anything I want to reinforce the shooting. So, I thought this was going to be a mega turn for me. I fall the Scouts back because they're going to get shot. They're going to get shot by bits as well. I shoot the Inferno pistols into Bjorn, pick him up. All of the 6 plasmas go into... What did the plasmas go into? I think I split fire and put a couple into the JPIs, which neuter them. I think that actually kills them. And then the others into... I don't think they do a great deal here because it's all 4-ups everywhere. I think they might have done like 2 wounds or a couple of wounds to like the cavalry. The missile kills another one of the cavalry from the multi-mal to ATV. I put all the bolters into the Wolfen, which immediately picks them up. It was so overkill, you wouldn't believe it. Which now puts me in a predicament because Aethon Sean's unit sat here pissing in the wind, which is a bit of a misplay from me. Las cannons throw into the cavalry down here, out of range of the missiles and pick them up. Or he might have had 1 left, actually. I think I don't kill as much as I want to this turn. And these actually... Right, so that's it. That's the end of the shooting. I charge into both of these. Don't do nearly as much as I want to. Like absolutely nothing. Because it's all like AP1. And I think I kill like it down to like 2 blokes. I think, actually, that's what happened. He got the Wolf Priest left and 1 dude. But the Wolf Priest resurrects a dude every turn. And the cavalry, but I do own the objective. There's like a couple of scouts here still as well. I pass it over to him. He calls the advance and charge doctrine and absolutely overloads this flank. And I'm talking ridiculous. So these Wolf Guard battle leaders come around here to try and charge the plasma dudes and the Inceptor, but fail. Well, but eventually fail. These are a massive charge come down here. JPIs, he hadn't chosen Oath of Moment yet, which I usually ask him in the command phase, and he was like, he rolled the advance on the JPIs as 6. I was like, oh yeah, where's your Oath of Moment? And I looked at him because he was looking at Aethon Sean unit. I was like, there was no way. There was 0 chance you were picking Aethon Sean unit for his Oath of Moment. You're so out of range of him. It's only because you're older 6, and it's because they were like, it wasn't a guaranteed charge. It was like a 6 or a 7, I think. I was like, he was like, no, that'd be... But he did look at me as if say he was going to pick him. But as soon as he clocked me looking at him, he changed it. It was like, no, they'd be the Vanguard vet to the bottom. I think there was one cavalry left, Ragnar. And basically, I'll sum it up for you. The JPRs come in and absolutely peg Aethon's unit. This comes round to here and Logan comes to here. Logan charges the JPIs and makes them. The Terminators, in all the glory, smash 5 scouts, well, half a unit of scouts. Ragnar's unit pick up all, and I mean all of the Vanguard vets and the captain. These dudes failed the charge, and because it's 2 CP, because the lieutenants can't re-roll it, so they're stood there not doing a great deal, which is fantastic. And yeah, so he's took all the primaries back off me. He's neutered me to no primary again. Well, not no primary because it was purge, so again, kill 1, kill more every turn. But I'm a bit like shoot back because he's killed a lot this turn, and I'm like, oh no, like this could be really bad for me. I actually don't opt to pick anything up this turn, I don't think. Because I've got so much board, like everything can see something to kill it. So I can't remember where for a moment. It might have been... Oh, it was the JPIs. And I know why, because the Inceptors absolutely destroy them. These come this side of the wall with a big advance to draw a line of sight to Logan. The Terminators are in the midboard now. These ultimately going to die. So the multi-mantle comes round to poke line of sight to the cavalry. Does kill it. The Inceptors come round here to do some damage to Ragnar's squad and leave Ragnar and 1 or 2 dudes alive. I split fire from the Centurions, all of the missiles into Logan, all the las cannons into the Terminators, which massively reduced their squad to like maybe 1 or 2 dudes. The Plasmas finish off all of these headtakers. And these bolters, I spent a CP for giving hitting on 2s with an extra pip of AP. He's not getting any cover because he stood in the open. They were hitting on 2s re-rolling because of Oath of Moment, fishing for 6s. So 18 shots with sustained hits 2 with Oath. End up getting like 27 wounds through. Then it's strength 5 or +1 to wound. So it's 2s, twin linked. I end up getting like 25 through at AP2. And absolutely blows this unit off the board and won it. It was glorious. Logan takes all the missiles and dies. These units are just chilling in the middle, and they're not really doing a lot because if he wants to advance and charge, he can do, which can cost him 2 CP because the lieutenant's here. and Ragnar's been an issue here. So going over his turn, it's basically the writing's on the wall now. He hit me with aggression and I hit him with more aggression. Ragnar comes up to here and kills an ATV. The Terminator's doing action in the middle, and the Predator comes around here to reinforce next turn, getting into stuff he wants. And basically all what happens is, next turn I kill him, the Predator comes round to here in another turn, that gets killed, the Terminators get killed, and they come down there to shoot the Inceptors, and then they eventually die as well. So even though he'd done loads to me, also the intercessor shot into what's his face, Logan, to chip wounds off him, but ultimately didn't make an odds. So it was a pretty convincing win in the end, because I just kept shutting him off the primary, and because I was killing so much every turn, there's no way he could get kill more, because even when he killed 6 units, in my turn I killed 7 or something, so it was just like, oh, because don't forget you get a unit for killing the character and the unit, so with Ragnar in the Bloodclaw, and JPI and the captain in the midboard, there's 4 units, and that was out without killing the Wolfguard battle leader and the 2 dudes. That was 6 units, and Logan 7. You know, it all sorts of adds up. So yeah, really good game. Jamie's a great player. He nearly had me on the ropes. The first turn rapid ingress nearly fucked me completely. Putting the plasma in the corner for try and kill the head taker's first turn was a bit of a risk. But you think 6 shots, imagine, with Hope for a Moment, I hit and wound with them all, and he fails 4 of them. I just neutered the squad, so it was a risk I was willing to take. But fantastic game, and then basically 5th turn, I just took all the primaries. But I was holding more anyway. So yeah, fantastic game, and we're going to game 3. Right, guys, going to game 3. This was a great match, and I mean, like, the skill involved in this matchup from my end was like, just knowing Space Marines just had, like, gave me a massive edge in this matchup. And you'll see little things what just absolutely helped me to absolutely dominate this matchup, and it was really convincing. So, as you can see, Space Wolves again, as if I'd not just had a massive 3-hour game, really tough against another Space Wolf player. But this is a Space Wolf list you have not seen. This was 20 Wolfguard Terminators with 4 wounds each, with Logan first turn deep striking. I was just like, oh no. But as stated earlier, I have got lots and lots of high damage mass shots. And as you will see, it pops off. So, what happens? First turn, I go first again. Now, the scout moved to the wall. In the transport is 6 Blade Guard with the Judiciar. Really key. Logan and Deep Strike. I've got the standard 6 Plasma, 10 Vanguard Vets and Deep Strike. So, I go first and draw Ares and Island Storm. Ares and Island Secure No Man's Land. So what I do is stretch this unit out, hold both in No Man's Land, also forcing him to expose stuff to me, because if he wants to pop the Land Raider out, I can see the Land Raider, but I'd have to be down where the scouts are down here. So he had to commit Summit in a later turn. The Bolter and Scepters come round to here to cut the line of sight off into the middle and potentially going to shoot the scouts, which they do, and they ultimately do kill them. This goes to here. 8th and Trikes unit comes into the midboard to help 1-inch wall there, and these come round to here. Ultimately, just killing the scouts, just neutering his scoring units. It's a really good thing because he's so elite. I mean, he's got Land Raider and 20 Terminators and bikes and an Invicta Warsuit Bjorn. It's all point sinks. So, getting into his turn, he wants to push me back because I've obviously been really aggressive. He brings the Outriders down to here, which I actually moved the Combi Lieutenant away. The Reavers, so he draws Area Denial here. He draws Storm Hostile, or somewhat objective based. And he drops the Reavers in here, not knowing, because he didn't tell me, not knowing that I know they dropped the OC, so he would hold that point. And I was like, I'm going to Ratty move them now and remove them 6, but still on the objective with 1, because his rule, within 3, you drop your opponent's OC. And he didn't know I knew this. So he was like, oh, Well, that's great, isn't it? Because he'd already said to his... Because he'd already moved the Land Raider like an inch just to clear summit. So he'd already moved that, so I wasn't scared of him getting flamed now. So what he had to end up doing is moving all the 10 Terminators into the midboard. And he was one of them like, oh, you won't kill them. And nobody's touched, 10 all weekend, all day. And then he also deep struck Logan and 10 Terminators here with an 9-inch charge into the Scouts. The Scouts come and block off this. The Combi Lieutenant's in this corner. And I look at this opportunity and be thinking, wow, either I have to turn up next turn or I am going to get absolutely pegged. I rapid ingress the 10 Vanguard Vets, his first turn here, to go an Inferno Pistol, because in Malta range they become D3 Malta 2. So it's a good answer for his Terminators, as you will see. So he, obviously, the Scouts are there. He charges him. 40 attacks with the Terminators. They're going to die. The Outriders are just chilling because they haven't got really a good target. These try a charge into the Scouts as well before they die, but ultimately fail. He doesn't CP reroll it, and that's literally it. The Reavers are sat there chilling too. What I then do at the end of his turn, what do I do? Do I pick anything up? I don't think I pick anything up this turn because there's no point. In going into my turn, I over moment Logan's squad, move the Scouts around. All the bolters come here. The 6 Inceptors come down here as well. The ATV just actually chills. Shrike's unit comes and surrounds them for some Inferno Pistols. These come and take this objective. Sean chills. The Centurions move out to get line of sight to the Terminators as well. These Inceptors come round here. Combi Lieutenant takes the objective back. And the Intercessors come this side of the wall to shoot the Outriders as well. So at the start of the phase, like, oh, let's see how much damage you can do. He was a bit funny with me moving these, because he really wanted me to drop within flamer range of these. So it was like a mill out, obviously, because I'd already measured it. So he was being really funny and said something about me moving models and stuff. It was really weird. I was just like, whatever, mate, I'll just move them to a totally different place. So they come down to here, and what happens is this turn, I shoot 6 Plasma Inceptors, 6 Bolter Inceptors, all the Inferno Pistols into Logan's squad with a charge and pick up everything. Logan's dead, the Scouts are dead, the Combi Lieutenant's not doing anything. And that's just off them. Centurions shoot into the Terminators with the help of... the Centurions shoot into the Terminators. What else goes into them, actually? Or do they just absolutely turn up? Sorry. So the Centurions shoot into them, plus all the Malta shots from the Inferno Pistols, and another 10-man unit disappears. The JPIs charge and kill the Reavers, and these Plasma dudes don't do a lot into these bikes, but also what happens is I end up charging them, just to keep them locked in combat, but I now have the objective. So we stood there then, they're like this, I think I have to charge them, but ultimately they die. So we stood there then like, wow, I've never seen nobody do that, and maybe I shouldn't have been so aggressive. So, moving on, the Land Raider comes down to here. I then choose to reactive... right here. So the Land Raider lines up to shoot the Shrike's unit in the middle. The Blade Guard and 6 dudes jump out here to obviously take care of Vanguard Vets. The Invictor moves up, which I then reactive move Shrike's unit out the way of 12 out of the Land Raider so they can't be shot, because I don't want them getting hit with those 2d6 plus 6 flamer shots. Bjorn also comes round. They're more like central. And yeah, the bikes are still locked in combat. So this turn, he has to shoot all of the Land Raider and 6 Blade Guard into the Vanguard Vits, which, guess what, will kill them, right? So that's 195 points. He's had to shoot the Land Raider, which is 270, and then 170 plus the Judiciar with an enhancement, another 100. So 600 points worth of stuff to come of Vanguard Vets. Sound. The Invictor and Bjorn both charge the Vanguard Vets. unbelievably, he hits with the Invicta first. I interrupt and drop Bjorn to 2 wounds because he made some crucial saves. I was like, oh. And then Bjorn slaps him, I think. Oh, no, he doesn't. He just leaves Shrike alive. I'm not in a particularly bad place. I'm thinking, great. I've already basically tabled him. It's only turn 2. Turn 3, all what happens is I move all the Plasma and all of the Inceptors up and delete all of the Blade Guard. Both of these die in the next turn after the Fart Bites, whatever. I think the JPRs actually die. The Plasmas fall out of combat. With a CP, I can fall back and shoot. And they then die as well. So I'm in a really good spot. I think Ethan Sean comes up to here as well. So I'm in a really good spot. And then basically so he's there like that. And then he drives in his turn. I think I just leave the Combi Lieutenant alone because he's literally not doing anything. The Land Raider comes up to the middle, kills a Thingy and throws some stuff into Sean. They both die. And then ultimately, I throw an advance on the Combi Lieutenant for stopping doing shenanigans like Overwatch. And I'm moving behind this wall so he can't do anything. Overwatch and stuff and Armor Contempt, and then ultimately just put every last bit of firepower I have into killing the Land Raider, which I didn't need because the Centurions picked it up. And game 3 was just an absolute bloodbath. I think because he'd already played 2 people who hadn't dealt with the Terminators, I think he was overconfident in how survivable they are. But the reality is everything in my army puts him straight on a 4-up invuln with lots and lots of shots. And he rolled like absolute garbage. So, I mean, I can laugh about it, but it was rough for him. I couldn't be on the receiving end of that. Because, like, there was a particular time where I was shooting the las cannons into him. And it was the missiles and they were AP2. It was like, 3-up save. It was like 6 1s and 2s. But yeah, so that game was really fun for me. And a really convincing win. So we'll go into game 4, which game 4 was a bit of a testing one because obviously you go home after game 3 and you have all night to ponder. And unfortunately for me, it was Terry. Terry Haverty, great Tau player. But he's all mouth and he's a very good friend of mine and he'd been saying to me all day how much he was going to peg me if I drew him. Right, guys, it's game 4 and going into this matchup against Terry with his Tau, I've had a bit of a bad time going into Tau recently because I played Louis Smith at London with a similar list. The advance and shoot for 3 turns plus the massive alpha strike and it hurts. So I was really, really wary into this. And to be fair, Terry got in my head a little bit the day before. He was on about, oh, you just Marines, I can't wait. And, but anyway. So going into this matchup, I really, really wanted to go first. Now, this is important because he can't put then the massive pressure on me immediately. So I actually deploy really cagey. I mean, Sean's on my home. Centurions are way back here. All these up this corner here are relatively safe. I drop them last to see where the rest of his army's going. He's got 2 units of 2 broadsides in reserve, which absolutely just devastate Space Marines. I mean, it's something like 16 shots at AP2 damage, twin linked. It's absolutely horrendous. And I've got in reserve the jump pack captain as always and 6 Plasma Inceptors. Now, the Plasma Inceptors aren't particularly great in this matchup because I need mass shots. They're just good for killing like piranhas and transports, which they eventually do. So we roll off. I win the roll off. Now this is important, right? Because now it immediately shuts his movement down and I can stage and pre-measure where he can go next turn. So what happens is I've got scouts 1 inch wall in the wall here. I move them as max distance I can without being outside of 9 of these breaches behind this ruin here. Past my scout moves over to him. He brings the breaches into here to 1 inch wall to wall. He actually then, because he's got something in his devilfish what can scout, scouts the devilfish here, which opens up a massive line. But he does that to stop me tagging it with the scouts if I kill these breaches. Or I think the Pathfinders. So he moves the Pathfinders and 1 inch walls of the Pathfinders here. He's got 2 units of 10 breaches in his transports and another 10 man behind the piranha here. He scout moves the piranhas. The piranhas just sort of do this, hiding as best they can. They go in there like that. And yeah, it goes to my turn, which I move 6 here. It's like a 3-inch charge to the breaches. I see the opportunity for kill the Devilfish. I'll move the Centurions. I hope for a moment the Devilfish because I really want it to die. Just because it shuts down his shooting units, his movement. Breaches only move 10, so they really need the transport to get about isolating targets. Aethon just moves like this. I think I've got like some good secondary, like recover or something, so the intercessors do that. I move Aethon. I literally leave Aethon Sharn's unit here. This comes down slightly to not get shot by anything, and the Acceptors are still there as well. So this turn, I shoot the Scouts' weapons, the missile launcher with blast sniper, all into the breaches here. Kill like 4 of them, not fantastic, maybe 3 of them. Centurions pick up the Devilfish immediately, which then a unit of breaches get out. And they get out like here. They do that. The ATV chills out. The Scouts come in and charge the breaches here. Whiff completely. Not whiff completely, I think I kill like 4, 5, maybe 6 of them. But what it does mean is now already, he's already feeling the pressure because his breach is out of it this turn. And I've already pinned him back into his deployment. So going into his turn then, he moves the broadside round here, or the riptide round here. I've had to move the combi lieutenant to stop me getting shot by SMS. The Vespids just screen. These come this side of the wall. Now, I overwatch here with the Centurions, and off the bat you gain 6d3 plus 12 blast shots. No, 66 plus 6 blast shots because I'd killed a couple in shooting. Rolled 8 wounds, 8 hits through with the missiles, and rolled 6 ones to wound and did 2 wounds. And then, funnily enough, did 4 las cannon wounds, so I dropped the unit to like 4. So he absolutely neutered them. Because that, then he brought the piranha around to try and deal with the Centurions. He lined up this Devilfish to shoot its Seeker missiles here. These come round to like here to tow on the objective as well. This comes round to like here. The breaches follow down. These Pathfinders chill. These stealth suits come down here to guide into the Centurions because he really wants them dead. And this piranha moves through to like here. So he's thinking immediately now that, right, I need to like really obviously hit hard here now and try to do something. So he shoots everything into the Scouts, which why wouldn't he pick up 5 Scouts with all that shooting? And he does 3, so he kills 3 Centurions with all of his shooting. Because he's -1 to hit, armor of contempt and cover. They are just not dying. I think the most work was the piranha here because it was like AP4 and AP3, and I'm not getting any cover because he's so close. So he drops 3 of them. So I'm not too disappointed, right? Going back. So at the end of his movement phase, like I've always been doing, I drop the 10 Vanguard vets with the captain here. Out of line of sight. Looking, he was a bit closer. Looking to obviously go in. Because if I take this flank now, there's not a lot he can really do about it. So I'm sort of like, sound. Going into my turn, I over a moment the Riptide, move the Vanguard vets round immediately. The intercessors actually start coming to the midboard because my plan is, if he starts bringing those breacher squads out, 20 shots is going to start neutering them. They come there, the 6 plasma come here. Centurion stay still because I can see whatever I want. Aethon Sharn jumps 14, comes next to the breachers. Can't be shot because he's outside of the ruin and they're, he didn't want to overwatch with him. The JPIs come round here and these also come round to here to get line of sight onto, this other unit of Pathfinders come to like here. This is my turn 2. Turn 2, I do so much damage. So what? So actually, they're like this. So shoot the. So what happens is the JPIs. Oh, the JPIs come and charge and eventually kill them. I'm going to do this in order like this. The Centurions put all of the missile shots in the stealth team, kills them, and all of the las cannons into the Piranha. All of these 6 bolters go into the breaches on the midboard, immediately kill them. Just the Inferno pistols do 17 wounds to this Riptide, because it's Oath the moment, so 10 shots, hitting on 3s, wounding it on 4s, I spike, and he fails most of the invulns, and I roll all the D3 damage plus the couple in Melter range and do something like 17 wounds to it. So that dies. They're in the open. Now the Vespids are still chilling. And Ethan Sean in the charge phase comes round to charge these 10 breaches. 7 attacks with sustained hits 2. I roll 4 6s and no misses. So immediately 7 plus 8, which is what, 15. And then wounding on 3s twin linked. I get 15 wounds through AP2 and mull all of the squad plus the character. Bang. I consolidate. Oh no, I don't. I stay there. The JPIs have also charged around here to get into them as well. Into the other unit when I charge them. And I am looking. Actually, these plasma come down. What do these plasma do? What do these plasma do? These they might have just been like here chilling or like waiting for an extra turn or shot something in the midboard. But either way, I had a massive turn and he was really good. I killed a lot of his stuff. So passing it over to him, he's obviously seen how much damage I've done immediately and was like, oh shit. So what happens is, Sean's more like this. She disembarks the breaches in here and goes to try and kill some Inceptors up here. This comes to like here. Last turn he does rapid ingress these actually here to shoot the Centurions or the plasma. So they're like that. And then in his movement phase he brings the broadsides to here to try and basically just try and go into them. So the Piranha comes round to here to shoot the Combi Lieutenant, staying outside of 9. The Pathfinders, he spends a CP to auto-advance 6, so they get over here to try and kill some Intercessors, which ultimately doesn't mean anything for me. The Vespids are still screening out here. And basically all this turn, what happens is all these kill a couple of Inceptors, don't really do enough. Ethan Sean does actually die to Overwatch. Oh no, that's next turn. So what happens is he's still pottering about. He didn't really want to shoot him because why would you? There's other stuff killing him instead. But he does shoot incidental stuff into him and drop him on 1 wound. The Piranha's chills. All of the missiles into the Combi Lieutenant off the Piranha miss because he's -1 to hit. These broadsides at the bottom absolutely rinse a 10-man squad of Vanguard vets. They just get deleted instantly, and the Pathfinders just kill 4 of the 5 Intercessors here. So he hasn't really done enough. He thought if he just had a massive go turn that he could sort of do what I did to him. And then ultimately what happens is these broadsides kill 3 of these Inceptors, so they're still an issue. And basically what happens next turn is the JPRs come round here, pick up their breaches along with everything else. These Inceptors come here to pick up that. These come up to here to take care of these. There's 1 JPR left. Oh no, they don't. I've actually got that wrong. So 8th and Sean units come round to here. The 1 dude comes to here out of the Intercessor squad. This comes round to here to take care of that Piranha in the middle again. And they actually leave these alone for a turn because how I've deployed, he can't get any good lines onto anything. So the combat lieutenant takes the objective again. So what happens this turn is Aethon tries to take out his character, gets overwatched by the broadsides and dies. So then I've got free reign. So the Centurions kill the broadsides, the JPRs get stuck into the Devilfish, and then everything just sorts of starts collapsing around for Terry. They die. The breaches have come to like here now. And yeah, and then tag into the transport there. So he's not looking too good for Terry, so I'll pass it back over to him. He doesn't really do anything this turn. The breaches come round, don't do anything, I don't think. The broadsides move up, they can't do anything. Because how I pre-measured it, he couldn't get wholly within any of these ruins to shoot out, and there was no sort of line of sight from where he was to get into any of these because these were further back. So he doesn't really do a lot, and then next turn, all what happens is the singular dude, Auto Insane Bravery, scores me some points. Aethon Sean's unit comes over here to pick up the breaches. The multi-melters come round to here, along with, I think I picked the Plasma Scepters up and they come down here to kill them. I put the Centurions, everything into them, and the Bolters come round to pick up the Piranha. And then next turn, just out of spite, he puts all 10 Vespid into Aethon Sean unit and does like 3 wounds, and then ultimately next turn they get picked up. But had Anti have gone first, it could have been a way different story, because the Alpha Strike in this list is absolutely horrendous. They scout move, they move 1,000,000 miles, they auto-advance 6 in this detachment. It's just horrendous. But really good game. We had a great laugh, me and Terry did, and then we went for a pint at Spoons, so who can moan at that? Right, guys, game 5. Now, this is the final. I know, because how many players there is, if I win this game regardless of points, or win this game within 40 of my opponent, I still win, because he's 4-1, and because of how points work, he'd have had to beat me 100 to 40 to win, because we'd have both been 4-1, but I'd have scored more points, and my strength was, because I beat the top 5 players anyway, so the strength of schedule wants to come into it anyway. But so I was feeling really confident, and he knew he had to absolutely batter me, so he put loads of pressure on, and unfortunately, by the title of the video, you know it didn't work. So what happens is, Jack, who I played, is a great guy, great opponent. Necrons are the bane of my existence, because everything's got a 4-up invuln. But like stated in previous videos, this army has got lots of shots at high damage. So I win the roll-off. Now, I really wanted to go first, because it makes him have to come and get me or expose line of sight. So scout moves, I move the scouts to the other side of the wall, and he puts his Triarch Stalker here where I can't shoot him, basically. So, first turn, I think, right, I'm going to have to make him trade poorly. So I put the scouts into the middle. They like that. And don't really do a lot of just stage, really. They become behind this ruin. They come there. Shrike's unit 1-inch walls the wall. And the Assault Intercessors just chill here. Now, in reserve, as always, 6 Plasmas and the Captain Squad. He'd put 2 Doomsday Arcs in reserve, which I think was a bit of a misplay on his side, but he didn't know. He thought he could just drop down and annihilate Summit. But even though my army's super elite, I can screen. Like, I can screen so well. So, I don't really do a lot this turn. I just put the scouts out for just try and bait him out. The lieutenant goes on the objective. If you drop within 9, he reactive moves. Sean just comes up to here. The Plasma and Scepters also just come up to here. And yeah, so pass it over to him. He then draws something like no prisoners and area denial. So that's exactly what he draws, because I remember the scouts being here and Aethon Sean being here. This turn, he moves this round to here. He also puts the Wraiths out. Now, this is 6 Wraiths with the character giving him a 4-up invuln plus a 5-up feel no pain. It's horrendous. Now, I thought that this was majorly overkill for just 5 scouts. But he was like, yeah, but, you know, wraiths are really hard to shift and etc. I was like, okay, no problem. He charges the Triox Stalker and rolls a massive charge. So he gets like here. Soon as he finishes that... Oh, where's the game gone? Soon as he finishes that, I heroically intervene with Sean. And then he charges with the Wraiths. He claps, he puts all of the Triox Stalker into the Vanguard Vets, doesn't do anything, and the Wraiths kill the Scouts. I obviously fight then and kill the Triox Stalker of Sean's unit, because even though when you heroically intervene you don't get the bonuses of a fight to first charging unit, you've still made a charge move. So I get lethal hits on the Vanguard Vets on the charge. So I just threw loads of lethal hits at him and he died. Also meaning, I don't hold the point, but what I forgot to do is I rapid ingressed the Vanguard Vets. And what I actually do is do like this. So one dude is touching the objective. He's more tucked in because you can't get line to him. One dude tucked on the objective and then the rest of them behind the ruin here. Because that's going to get me 5 primary because of rapid ingress next turn. So even though I don't hold the middle, turn 2 I got 15 primary because I hold my home, this one and this one. So it was a great little play by me. That can go. Turn 2, oh sorry, he also pays a CP to move the Silent King all the way over here for some reason. But he doesn't quite make it on the objective. So I still hold that point really well. And these actually just come into here. Command Board, Reanimator and Spider. The Spider's more like there. I know they were in there and that was in there. That's right. Cool. So they're like that. So at the end of his turn, I pick up this... what do I pick up? They were there like that. I pick up the 3 Plasma at the end of his turn. Oh, that's Sean. I pick up the 3 Plasma. And next turn... I just absolutely go mental. So what happens is the Vanguard Vets, after scoring me 5 primary, I oath the moment the Doomsday Arc and drop everybody within front rank to get Malta onto it. 8th and Sean unit comes next to the Wraiths for more Inferno Pistols. The Devastators pop out like here to draw line of sight to the Wraiths as well. 8th and Sean is here screening, being annoying, because with the help of the 2 characters, I've got an 9-inch bubble from each of them. And with them, so all I'm doing is screening. So with literally 2 characters, I've screened out this entire area. The JPIs come over to here because it was hidden supplies. And take this. Imagine there'd be another objective here. They go there to take that objective. These Inceptors throw a big advance and come on the top of here like this. On top of the thingy, because then I actually get plunging fire. So with a CP, I can make them AP3 2 damage. These 6 Plasma Inceptors come down here. Drop within 6 to try and take out these destroyers, and the other 3 come down here for offer more support. Oh no, they hold this objective. That's what they do. They hold this objective and stop. I basically screen this entire board now. So if he wants to drop, where's he going to drop? You're going to drop where his Spider is or where his Scarabs are, because other than that, he can't get in because of how I was deployed. So in this turn, the Centurions pick up 5 Wraiths and 1 hit. The Inferno Pistols whiff, because I don't offer momentum, so they whiff. The JPIs don't do anything. The Inferno Pistols off these into the offer moment DDA, drop it to 2 wounds, so I eventually do go in and charge it and take us home. So that gets deleted. All these 6 Plasma pick up the Obsidians. I then charge Shrike's unit in and kill the Wraiths. These are chilling. Like there, so the Scarabs are like that. I actually touch the Scarabs just to stop them being annoying, and yeah, pass it back over to him. He wasn't expecting me to do that sort of damage. I think the character was still alive from the Wraiths. It was like 2 turns going on combat with them, but ultimately it didn't make any odds. So I'll pass it over to him, and Jack's obviously seen the pressure I've put on. I'm sort of leaving the Silent King alone because the JPIs are screening him getting into anything else. Sorry, I think he did. I picked up... Oh, they were there. I'd pick him up next turn. Yeah, so I ignored the Silent King because why? Because he's not doing a lot for me, and you can only go and kill 5 dudes. So that's that. Going into his turn, he does exactly what I think he's going to do. He moves the Silent King up to an inch outside of the JPIs. He then drops in 2 DDAs, one up here and one up here. And basically what happens this turn is this DDA rolls 7 shots and then does 2 wounds to 2 Inceptors, and I make 1, so 5 of them are still alive. This one up here, the spider's more like this as well. This DDA here shoots into the Vanguard Vets because he's fell back these and kills like 4 of the Vanguard Vets, doesn't do nearly enough. Silent King shoots into these dudes on top of here and kills them down to like 3 models. He ultimately doesn't do enough. So at the end of his turn, I'll pick up the Centurions. I'll put them down now because that's where they went. These come round here. Sean's still just being annoying because I just left him there. I think he's doing an action in this room maybe. They come this side of the wall for pop shots onto... This comes round here to line of sight to the Silent King. The Combi Lieutenant's sitting there scoring me points unlimited. The Centurions then shuffle down slightly to draw line of sight to the Doomsday Arc, which gets picked up. These plasmas also go into it because I think the Centurions actually leave it on a couple of wounds. These fall back and go over here and an Inferno Pistol and charge the other Doomsday Arc. And Sean's unit goes into the command barge and kills it. I'm still ignoring... Oh, he does kill the JPIs, obviously. And then he's like, this on both objectives. This sort of shoots into along with the 3 Inceptors and kills the spider. And then before you know it, turn 3, he's got the Silent King, the Reanimator, and some Scarabs. But the Scarabs have been taking incidental damage, so he's down to like 3 models. And then all I do is focus fire, kill this, and then last turn, because I just left the Silent King alone for a turn, I was just scoring. He can't really do a lot. I did actually mess up. I was meant to put these an inch off the wall, but he does charge them, which makes no odds to me. Charges them, kills them, holds both objectives in the middle because it's hidden supplies. And then he has everything just come out and just absolutely muller. I do move the Combi Lieutenant for stop him doing strats, which he does spend 3 CP to get -1 to wound. But all my stuff was strength 8 or below anyway. So he basically spent 3 CP for not get shot by 4 las cannons, which though for a moment it was 3s twin linked anyway. So ultimately the Silent King dies and yeah, he was tabled. A really convincing win. I think it was like 96-40. And I was really scared about this matchup. Them Scarabs also do die as well. But yeah, so it was a great game. But like I say, with this army, I've just got loads of shots with high damage. And there you go. You get to see me holding this sexy looking trophy. Obviously, you can see I only dropped a few points throughout the weekend. And yeah, a big shout out to all my sponsors, Boltstorm, CT Miniatures, Adeptrol, always supporting the channel. I couldn't do this without CT Miniatures. I texted him, I was like, listen, I need 6 Centurions as fast as you can. And they were out to me the next day. So massive shout out to Boltstorm and Leak, a fantastic event. My first GT win. Now I've won lots of RTTs and usually go 4-1 at big GTs. But to get 5-0 is a real milestone for me and I couldn't be happier. So thank you to all my opponents, thanks to everybody I met out there. Thanks to all the Boltstorm lads as usual. You're all amazing. And guys, thanks for watching the video. I know it's been a bit of a lengthy one, but these are the videos I want to start to doing and showing you guys my tactics and thoughts and deploying and stuff, especially getting into other armies. So yeah,